Sometimes you don't have to start over. Like, it's okay for you to pick up where you left off. Sometimes we get so caught up in the thing that we didn't complete or the thing that we didn't finish that we feel like we have to start something new. And then we end up in a cycle of starting all these new things and all these new things and all these new things instead of just pushing pause and stepping back and taking a look at what we already have. And sometimes that one thing that you left unfinished is the one thing that you need to go back to. That's where you need to return. And that's the thing that you need to finish. That's the thing that you need to pick up where you put it down. And for me, yo, I wrote a book, and the purpose of me writing the book was to talk about my experience with domestic violence and then the things that I learned and adapted, and how I was able to take that and elevate myself out of it. And I wrote this book, and I didn't even get a chance to get it to print. And it's just that everything started moving so fast. I wrote the book, so I had my manuscript in hand. I was working with a coach, working with a team of coaches who helped entrepreneurs self-publish their book. And then I ended up, hosting my first 4-week workshop series. And then I made 6 figures in my business. And this was all before my book was even in print. So it was like I just felt like I was just moving too fast, and part of me started to feel like a fraud, because it's like, okay, I'm helping my clients, but I felt like because everything is a mirror, I felt like I wasn't able to effectively help myself, which then in turn made me feel like I wasn't effectively helping my clients. And I just felt like I started to have like an existential crisis, that even though the calling of my life, like I started to step in that, I started to walk in that purpose, and I started to really do that work. But it just felt like everything was just happening so fast. So I put it down, and I stopped showing up, and I pushed pause on things that I knew I wanted to push go on. And I just couldn't find my footing. And it just made me feel like, yo, why is it that I'm having difficulty with moving forward with the call, right? Like, why is it that I'm having such a hard time to stay in alignment? Like, and I realized that I hadn't made the decision. I I changed, and I became a newer person. Like, I upgraded myself, I elevated myself, and I became this new person. And a part of me had decided that I am this new person. But then there's also another side of me that has decided that I want to keep certain pieces and parts of me, of that want to keep certain pieces of my old self. And that's where a lot of the cognitive dissonance comes into play, because it's like you cannot walk through a new door while holding onto the doorknob of the old. You have to let go of that in order for you to step fully through the next door. And then, so that's the only way that you're going to keep moving forward and stepping forward. And I realized that I hadn't decided. And in this moment, I am deciding. I know there's a lot of grieving going on, but I say all that to say that I am picking up where I left off. And I'm not going to shame myself for taking the time to get to know how I'm showing up in the world, to really have a better idea of who I'm becoming and how I'm becoming this person, and not feeling like I need to, like, I don't know, I just feel like I have to pick it up where I left off, and this is exactly where I'm picking it up at. There's no other way for me to move forward except by picking it right back up. And in this moment, this is how the picking up looks. It's not, it's tears. It's just a really a coming to self moment. It is just allowing yourself to surrender to what you already know and trusting that you have all of the tools and the knowledge to pick it up and keep it going. So whatever it is that you put down, it's okay. You can pick it up. It is okay for you to pick it up. Give yourself permission to pick it up and move forward. And sometimes, you may put it down again, but just know that you are worthy of picking it up every single time. Here's my cat. Bye.